What are we doing? They just served you a 2-hour doo-doo sandwich. And you're saying, pay them, pay them, pay them. They just served you 2 hours of absolute trash. You traveled in from around the country, from around the state of Indiana. Caitlin Clark ain't even playing. They serve you a doo-doo sandwich, and you can't pay them afterwards. They play a 44-game schedule. Season lasts about 4 or 5 months. The lower paid players get paid $75,000. The top players get paid $250,000 for a part-time job. Playing basketball. They're not curing cancer. And I'm not saying they're wrong for wanting to negotiate a better CBA. Every worker does that. But this bold and delusional way that they do it, pretending as if they should be treated like NBA players, they've already pulled it off by these private jets, these private flights. They don't deserve it. But the whole WNBA is a political movement. It's not about making money. And you have people like, and I've already praised Portnoy, but I want to play you this clip of Portnoy defending WNBA players and their contract demands. And this again, where I just go like, no one speaks for fans. Because even Dave Portnoy is out here caping up for elite, pampered, entitled, no gratitude having WNBA players. Here's Portnoy.
Anyways, the players before warm-ups to the All-Star Game wore "Pay us what we deserve" T-shirts. World War III has broken out. People taking sides, saying they deserve money, they don't deserve more money. I don't know how anybody in the world with a brain, and maybe my brain is just bigger than most, can rationally say the women don't deserve more money at this point. But if you told me I could pay $250 million and bring a team to Boston, I would sign that check in a heartbeat.
I want to translate what Portnoy is saying and what he knows. And because to some degree, he's not arguing known facts. He's arguing about, hey, this is the direction the wind is blowing. And I want to tell you what wind is blowing. And it's obvious. But based on TV ratings, based on arena attendance, based on ticket price, based on merchandise sold. And then when you add it, flying private and all the other expenses that go along with the WNBA. You can't make the argument he's making. It's not justified. Their TV rate, yes, they've gone up. It's all dependent on one person. And you don't make bets, the astronomical bets, based on one person, particularly one person, Caitlin Clark, who's getting brutalized on the court and this year looks a tiny bit injury prone, and this year is actually involved in a prolonged slump, that mentally getting beat up and physically getting beat up. Caitlin Clark may not survive. You don't make the kind of bet that Dave, pay him more money because the WNBA, it's a great investment. It's going to be worth $1 billion. Here's what he's not saying, is that all of these major corporations are so invested in the political message that the WNBA represents, the woman kings, the feminist movement, that all of these major corporations are throwing dollars at the WNBA, marketing dollars, promotional dollars, advertising dollars at the WNBA, not based on ratings, not based on relevance, not based on the ability to move product, based on political messaging. This is a political movement. This is a destruction of the patriarchy movement. That's what the WNBA is all about. That's why it's been allowed to exist for the last 30 years. You're not going to like it, but I'm going to keep it real and tell you the truth. The WNBA, when I say it's about the destruction of the patriarchy, coupled with that, and just as important, it's about the destruction of the white man in America.
By the way, is it actually true, Jason? Now, we talked about this months ago. Is there a chance now that the settlement has been reached, that that's part of the deal where Shannon Sharpe returns to his former place of employment?
Yeah, that's where I was going next, and it's a great question. Yes, I think he returns to ESPN. And I think the reason why she got a settlement worthy of her retirement is because, you know, he gets to return to ESPN, gets his money from there. His sponsors probably get to hop back on Nightcap. They had all evacuated. And so it was worth Shannon to pay her whatever he had to. Maybe he paid her $10 million, maybe he paid her $8 million. I don't know, but he's gonna get the money back through his sponsors with Nightcap and through, I think, a triumphant return to ESPN.
And I'm gonna give Shannon credit. He weathered the storm, and the best thing they did, him and Ocho and everything else he does, he just kept at it, kept working, did not disappear, did not go gently into the night, just kept grinding away. And then he wrote a check. And then, you know what? Lesson learned, and he goes on with this career.
I don't think he wrote a check. I think he wrote checks. I think you got to put an S at the end of that, because there's what we know, and then there's what he, because again, generally speaking, when someone like Gabriella comes out, other women come out, and you got to pay them off as well. But yeah, I think Shannon is a valuable tool in the degeneracy movement, and it's worth paying to clean up his mess. Seriously. And I guarantee you, Gabriella Zuniga, I guarantee you her DMs are filling up. She's retiring from OnlyFans, probably because she's a sugar baby for several others.
Yeah, Zuniga's going to live a nice life. We're going to see pictures of her in Dubai. Dubai, I don't know if she's going to be I don't want to go there. But, I mean, she's going to live a good life. Let's put it this way. We're not going to have to start a GoFundMe for her.
I want to play you this video. This is an IG story, I think, from Jamison Williams. It's a Little League football game. I want you to watch this touchdown celebration. Play the clip. For those of you only listening, and you couldn't see the video, that looks like an 8 to 10-year-old boy, 30, 40-yard touchdown run. He gets in the end zone and gets in push-up position and starts pumping the ground like he's having sex. And a couple of his coaches are down there celebrating him as he's pumping the ground as if he's having sex. This hip-hop degeneracy. And you're like, how can you connect that to the music? Why not just blame the coaches? Who allowed that? And the coaches are down there celebrating him as he's doing this. But there's been a poison let loose in American culture, and it's most let loose and most cancerous in Black American culture, because we see this degeneracy and this music as Black culture. But we're poisoning little babies with a mindset of degeneracy and sex, and thinking that this kind of behavior is appropriate for little kids or even adults. And I saw a video of a Detroit Lions player last season, I think, doing the exact same celebration. What are we doing? What are we doing? Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your fearless friends.